Hello my friends and welcome back to another episode of Noob or Not, my ongoing video series where I play the heroes Overwatch and ask you to let me know in the comments below if I'm being a noob with them. I'm trying to get better at this game and it sure does help me to improve, I think, to watch the games back and see what I've done right and wrong, and to get any feedback from anybody who plays the characters better than I do. And hey, if you play the characters worse than I do and I do something you think is right and you can use it, then by all means do so. As you can tell, we do things around here without our UI because I think it's more important when I'm trying to learn how to play one of these heroes to play them positionally. And there's not much you can do about a Doomfist who happens to get a right click on you and yeah, you got like half a second. What are you gonna do? I could fade away, but I think I just faded and lost out on that one. I come around the corner and happen to catch Junkrat and Mercy. Junkrat's unaware of me, so I go ahead and take advantage of that fact and pick him off from behind. Then I come start healing my teammates. Now, the Moira healing spray, you might notice me just kind of dashing it on people like it's a quick little mist of perfume. And the reason I do that is because it has a heal over time element. So I don't want to reduce all of my healing ability. When you heal, there's not much of it. If you had your UI on, JC, you would tell me, you would be able to see how much of it you have. But I think the more important thing to know is that you barely have any of it at all. So always be siphoning so that you can always keep yourself healed up and that healing thing will always be there. Throw in your orb, your discard orb, not your discard orbs, your, well, we'll call it the negative orb for now. It's not an orb of disharmony, that's Zenyatta. But throw those in there to build up your ults, get out of the way whenever you can. When you're playing defensively, when I'm playing defensively, I like to make sure all of my teammates are in front of me. I'm doing this ult to really just kind of counter their Mercy ult back, kind of force her back behind the pinch. We're doing a good job of holding the pinch. Again, remember this is about positional play. Since they do not have a Widow and they do not have a Hanzo, it's pretty secure / safe for us to hold the point closest to the choke, you know, just on our side of it. Save that fade for this moment, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, don't use your abilities unless you have to, right? Well, except maybe the one that's always doing damage or always doing heals. Oh, got away from that tire. Myself and Roadhog deal with the 76. Many of the members of the team fail to survive the Junkrat / Zarya push, including myself. So now here I am about to come back from spawn, and we're going to make it in time. I doubt it. Well, there's a 76 there. There's me. Let's take a peek. I'm pretty aggressive. I have my fade. I fade out. Okay, it wasn't enough. What are you going to do? We did have our Widowmaker up in the upper window, so we had a good chance that we might be able to come around. If there was just two of them there, we might have been able to get on there and stall a little bit. Maybe hold it back and then make it a long fight, but that fight was probably lost a long time ago. Stalling to make sure that they don't have as much time to push the payload. Sometimes that works, I suppose. Sometimes it doesn't. It ends up being kind of what we did. Now, this is the part I like to fall back to. Not this turn here, but the turn behind me. That one right there. This is where I like to be. But since the rest of the team is up in front of me, well, it works because I'm healing anyways, right? There's that spray. Little heavy that time because, you know, it's a heal over time. He died anyways. What are you going to do? Out of the spawn, I come back. Hopefully, we're going to be able to hold this choke. Not this choke. This checkpoint. That's the word I'm looking for. But they're pretty aggressively on it. They're probably going to take it, so I start coming back here. Now that that tire's there and our Mercy's gone, they're definitely going to take it. Way to bait the tire, May. That was a good job there. This is the corner I like to hold. Yes, we probably will need a tank. This is the corner I like to hold because you can kind of control the large health pack room and their access to the high ground on the right-hand side. You know, it's also kind of equidistant, a little bit closer to our spawn than theirs. Kind of equidistant, but a little bit closer to ours. Here's a pretty nice sequence, I think, as I'm going through and pushing with our 76 ulting behind me. I happen to get a good pick, then a secondary pick, and then I get these two, and then I fade back out of here and throw down my healing orb. I'm ready for him again. In comes Zarya. She's got the bubble. I thought I went over the large health pack so that they couldn't get it and that I would win the tie, quote unquote. But that's not how that went down. So out of the spawn I come, surrender my will. I'm going to push you guys back. I want to make sure that my team survives, and we're going to push them all the way back to this turn again. A little emote just in case.
I'm just going to camp up on the ground.
And then fall back. Yep. Sometimes, sometimes you beat them in the team kill. The whole team is going to come back regrouped now, right? Not the best D.Va bomb, but whatever. And since they've all regrouped, you need to make sure that you're regrouped too. And again, we're going to play this corner so that we can hold the corner on the right and the large health pack room through the left, and periodically fall back to check any Junkrat that might be trying to get into what would be the Widowmaker high ground left off to the left-hand side there, or kind of poking through the rear side. Tires coming through that window will take out 2 or 3 healers or backline defensive support players. So that's why I feel it's better to be right here. You can see any tires that might be coming through this area. Again, a lucky pick on Mercy. 76 gets a break on me. I probably should have tried to escape all the way out, especially once I heard him tack visoring. Not the best movement of my Moira career here, but it's been a short-lived one. All right, our team's completely grouped up. We're going through what our ultimates are because the game is beginning to wind down. There's still quite a bit of time left, though. You know, they made that middle run really, really quickly, so it's going to end up being maybe in total about 10 minutes long. And what are we, at the 6-minute point? Here we are holding this point again. Don't let them get around their corner. I take a peek up into that little Widow window up on the right-hand side that sometime our Genji or our D.Va or our Winston might jump into, or our Hanzo might jump into, to kind of poke at them from the side, from the rear, or to make sure they don't get into that high ground, right? So King's Road, this is one of the original maps. We've had a long time to really look over this map, figure it out. I hear him, I know he's over here, I see the tire on the ground, my fade isn't available, and, you know, that's it for me. Fortunately for me, spawn is right here because we were playing positionally, holding that corner. Yep, I get the shout out that it's just me, so I ult and preserve and protect and push away. Now things are going to get a little rough. Fortunately for me, I can fade out and throw in that orb and time it so that I can come in and support my Genji and hold this push. Good job on our point. Now would have been a good time to emote. I'm going to get rid of this Widowmaker, push her off the window. I probably should have thrown the orb first. I know that was kind of a noob mistake. It might not have been ready when I first went to it. That was definitely a noob mistake. Why would I go chasing after Widow? You know, I just got her to run away. And, you know, if she's run, I've won. Ladies and gentlemen, if they've run, you've won. Thank you very much, Mercy, for the res. I sure do appreciate it. Here we are, regrouped and holding this corner. There's that Junkrat that got me with his tire. I'm going to take care of this trap so nobody else has to fall for it. D.Va's bomb doesn't even come close. It gets under the payload and knocks me all the way back. I would have been a little frustrated, but since Junkrat was dead, I wasn't too concerned about the bomb blowing me up. You know, even if it did get me. I didn't expect it to, but it did. You know, there's a little space underneath that payload. Not as much space as there is on the Blizzard World payload. That thing you can shoot under it for sure. Mercy, too bad for you. Large health pack for sure this time. Get out of the Junkrat room because if he drops his bombs, you're sure to get beat down in that little itty-bitty space. We want to control that room like outside of it. We don't want to be in it, holding it. We want to control it and control what's going on inside of it. I guess where we are doesn't really matter if we're near the area and controlling it, but it's easier to control it from outside where they have to pinch through than in there. And, you know, well, we got a large health pack, but then they have like 2 flanks. It's an easier flank to hold is the best way to say it. 76 did get through that little right doorway and managed to flank us, but we managed to take him down. Their D.Va is coming over to try to get on the high ground right to kind of get a position on us. Doesn't work out too well. You know, our Mercy's ulting. Here come all the ults for the final 60 seconds of the game. Here comes the rocket barrage. Tracer's trying to pick at her Mercy and I, but Mercy's ulting and I'm taking care of Tracer. Rewinds down. Tracer falls into the abyss. I'm counting that as 1 environmental for me. Now I'm back to help our team by trying to poke away. Make their Mercy, go away. Make their 76 go away. I'm trying to get them damaged, but they're doing a good job of staying on the payload. Nobody chased me into that little hallway, which kind of surprised me. We get D.Va out of mech, and that usually is a summons for my Genji. I thought I had one, but he seems to think that things are going all right. He seems to think, or he thinks and believes. Mercy comes in for a very risky but necessary res, and I ult to push him off for the final lockout. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end. I'd like to thank the usual suspects, Cog, Clog, and Crazy Man, and the Blueberries. What was that? Kulan and Church and Weeb, which I understand to be an honorific of someone who loves the Japanese lifestyle. All right, what is this? Junkrat holding them off on the take. Boom, 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 go back to your room. What do you got over here? Yep. All right, little chaotic as Junkrats can be if they're not going to be a tire. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this informative or educational or at least entertaining. And if you did, by all means, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing for more coming real soon. Can't wait that long. Check out one of the 2 videos on the left. Coming up shortly is going to be the top 15 plays of the game of the month, so get your plays of the game submitted soon. Until next time, thank you very much, and I'll see you real soon.